pumping some Indian music right now. Anyway, bumping, guys. So airport tips on arrival. What have I learned about airports? Okay, first thing with taxis. Mistake I made recently with taxis is in Bali in particular. It was my first time to Bali. I didn't know the currency, and so there were a bunch of guys that come up to you and they grab your bags and they offer to take your bags, to like carry your bags for you, and then after you figure out your transportation, they take it all the way to the vehicle, and then they ask for tip 100. I was like, oh, how much is 100? I was like, oh, okay, it must be, you know, $1, it must be fine. And I tipped them each 100, like 5 guys. We were with a group. That ended up being $7 each. So make sure you don't do that. If you come to Bali specifically, only tip 10K to 20K. So make sure if you're going to give a tip, only tip like $1. Make sure you figure out the currency first before you start giving out tips to people, before you start handing out dollars, because that's what they do. They're going to ask for $7 each because they know people arriving at the airport don't know the currency rates yet. They know they don't know the money yet, so they're going to ask for ridiculous, they're going to ask for the highest bill in hopes that a lot of tourists don't know. Okay, in general for taxis, in a lot of places, you get to the airport and people are like, taxi, 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 taxi. Ignore that. Just say nicely, like, I'm all good, I got it, I got one. In Chiang Mai and Bangkok, follow the signs and go to the taxi stand. They both have taxi stands where you take a queue number and you wait in line, and then when your queue number is called, you go to the front and you tell them where you're going and they go. That's the official metered taxi. So I'll start with Bangkok. If you're arriving in Bangkok and you go to the taxi line and the line is really long, like the whole room is full and you're like 100 queue numbers behind, then the backup is to use Grab. So just order a Grab. It will come to the airport and do that. So I've had to do that once, but most of the time the line is not that long at the taxi queue. In Chiang Mai, when you arrive, there's no taxi queue at Bangkok. In Chiang Mai. I'm thinking of the 2 different airports in Bangkok. They both have taxi queue. In Chiang Mai, there's no taxi queue. There's no taxi line. In Chiang Mai, when you arrive, there actually is one with metered taxis, but I tend to use the red trucks when I arrive in Chiang Mai. Just walk right out there, flag down the first red truck. They come through the airport all the time, and I tell them the hotel that I'm going to, or if they don't know the hotel name, I'll show them right on my phone on Google Maps, or I'll say the closest landmark. Or you can go to the yellow taxis in Chiang Mai and just tell them where you want to go and they'll take you. But if you don't know how much to pay there, the tip is use Grab to cross-reference the price to what they're charging. So go on Grab and search how much it would be to your hotel or whatever and say, oh, this is only, 200 baht. Why are you asking 500? How about 200? And then maybe they'll say, okay, 300. Okay. Cool. So that's one way to make sure you're not getting ripped off for taxis, is cross-reference the Grab or Uber or GOJEK price wherever you want to do. Also at the airport, things that you should do is get your SIM card and get your cash and exchange any other foreign cash for local cash. And go to the ATM and take out cash. I'm a fan of anything that you can get out of the way at the airport. I'm a fan of just getting it out of the way. Okay, the rates may be a little bit higher for stuff, but I found it worth the convenience to just get everything out of the way. You got your cash, you exchanged all your other cash, you went to the ATM, took out a bunch of cash, you got your SIM card handled. I always get my SIM card done at the airport. I found that if I don't do it at the airport, I'll just put it off for like a couple days and then I won't be connected and it's an inconvenience to other people that I'm not connected, etc., etc. So get it done at the airport. Those are my airport arrival tips. What are your airport tips? Let me know in the commentos on arrival. See ya. Yo, bros. So this video was from my Digital Nomad Beginner's Guide. So if you're an aspiring digital nomad, you hit me up. Really want to live this life, but I have no idea where to even fucking start. Check out my Digital Nomad Beginner's Guide. Find the link somewhere around this video. Over 30 videos just like this covering all the questions that I've been asked over my 6+ years as digital nomad, including breaking down all of the most popular business models that my friends and I do to earn an income remotely, have a location independent based career. All right, because it basically starts with how are you going to earn remotely, and there's no one size fits all business model. There's also a quiz in there that can help you decide which business model is right for you, including freelancing and working a remote job, because now in the post-corona economy, even easier than ever to just work remotely from your a remote job. So there's videos in there about how to negotiate a remote work agreement with your current employer. More people are doing that than ever. So it's not just online business models, it's also freelancing and working a remote job as well. But of course, long term, we all want to own our own businesses. That's why there's breakdowns of all the business models, so you can choose which one is right for you. And the resources I recommend to get started, to start your own small business in each of those, not just FBA or e-com stuff, but all the things, software and apps, Kindle Pub, websites, affiliate marketing, courses, all the stuff. I've broken it down for you guys. If you say I have no idea where to start, I put together this beginner's guide for you. So find the link around here. It's also in PDF format. If you can skim all the notes if you prefer to just read through it. But yeah, finally got my shit together for you guys. And yeah, hope to see you guys out here. Hit me up on Instagram if you have questions. Yeah, see you out here. Peace.